Hey everybody, Patrick Manchester with Manchester Properties. Happy New Year. It's kind of same stuff, different year. In terms of the El Paso County real estate market, looking at the market today, we've got just under 300 existing single family homes on the market. When you add in condos and townhomes, that number bumps out to just under 350, and about a quarter of each of those, about 1 in 4, is over $1 million. So there's not a lot of inventory out there. We've been talking about this for 2 years now, kind of the same problem. And we're seeing kind of the same thing that we've been talking about. People are putting appraisal gaps into their offers where they're willing to pay $20, $30, $40, $50,000 over the appraised value of the home, which means they're paying that in cash at closing. And then a lot of people are willing to buy as is, where they're not asking for anything during inspections. So if you are on the buying end and you have a kind of a more relaxed time frame, if you're not looking to buy immediately, I would be saving up as a bunch of cash for those appraisal gaps. If you want to be competitive, almost everybody has appraisal gaps in their offer right now, or they're just a straight up cash buyer. So to be competitive, you want to have a good chunk of change to pay over the appraised amount. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get a home right now. And I'd also be saving cash if you don't have to use all of it on appraisal gap. I'd be saving up for repairs that need to be done immediately, because again, sellers are just not fixing anything during the inspection process, just because they do have so many buyers that are willing to buy as is. On a quick note, every single one of my buyers last year did come in under appraised value in this market, which I'm pretty proud of. And then on the listing side, on average, my listings sold for $40,000 over our list price. I had one sell for 50 over. Another one was at 62,000 over our list price, and another one was at $102,000 over our list price. So, working with a realtor, it's important that you're working with someone that knows the ins and outs of our contracts and how these things work, to squeeze out every little bit of value. I always say, anybody in a market like this where there's so many willing buyers and there's so many willing sellers, anybody can get a deal done. But I think some of the better agents are the ones that are able to squeeze out value and get you a better deal on the buying side, or squeeze out every possible dollar on the selling side. And I'm doing that for my folks right now, so that's pretty fun. One of the things I kind of want to rant about right now is the paperwork that comes along with buying and selling a house. I'm working with a couple different sets of clients right now that after seeing how I do things, they're kind of getting upset with their previous realtor. But just the document that hires me as your realtor, that's a 12-page document, and there's 35 sections in there, and each of those sections a lot of the sections have subsections. Like, there's a lot in there that we should be explaining to you. Anybody that's just putting a document in front of you and saying, here, sign this, probably isn't putting your best interest in mind. The contract to buy and sell real estate right now is at 24 pages, and there's 33 sections, and the good majority of those have subsections. And what's in there kind of explains, what the buyer's obligations are, what the seller's obligations are. And if we, on either side, screw up those obligations, or we miss one of those obligations, there's thousands and thousands of dollars on the line. If we screw something up on the buying end and you've got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in earnest money, we could that money could be lost, and that could be our fault. So, and on the selling end, if we screw something up and a buyer terminates, after 4 to 6 weeks of having your house off the market, that's time and money that you're out. So I always offer, every time I take in a new client, I always offer to go through all of the paperwork, either face-to-face in person or over the phone, and just go through everything in each document and point out what everything means and what the obligations are for that client. And if that's not an option, I will type a long email explaining every single part of every document to make sure that you understand what you're signing, so you're not flying into this thing blind. So, there's 5,000 realtors in El Paso County right now. If you're working with someone that isn't explaining anything or isn't pointing anything out, find a new realtor. On that same kind of mindset, if you're shopping for homes and your realtor isn't pointing out potential downfalls of the home or potential costs, I think that's pretty important too. If you're walking into a house that has structural issues, that could be a $10,000 to $70,000 fix. A sewer line could be $8,000 to $20,000 to repair. Windows are $12,000 to $20,000 depending on how many windows there are and if they're custom sizes. I mean, there's so much that goes into the condition of these homes, and if your realtor isn't pointing that out while you're shopping for houses, you may get stuck with the repair bills down the road after closing, There's probably not a lot that you can do about that after the fact. So make sure you're working with someone that's explaining everything from the paperwork to the houses that you're looking at to the whole process. Just make sure that you're comfortable and you understand everything that we're doing. You're always more than welcome to reach out, call or text here, shoot me an email. But if you're looking to buy or sell a house in Colorado Springs or Monument, anywhere in El Paso County, I'd love to help you out. Thanks so much. Hope you guys had a great New Year, and I will be talking to you soon. Thanks.